Hey, good afternoon, everyone. This is Trader Tim coming to you from EminiMind.com, and it is Monday, September 12th, 2022, and we're doing a Monday market analysis video. A little bit later in the day, I have my daughter in the afternoons after she gets out of daycare, so I chose to go swimming this afternoon and recording this video just after the close or so. Um, Chatted this morning on our Discord chat about the put position that we've been kind of planning here as we come into the Fed meeting announcement. So I want to talk about that, talk about the 15-minute breakout trade and the VIX. Those are kind of the three main things we'll cover in today's video. So the first thing with the Fed meeting coming up next week, we have the Wednesday, the 21st, will be the Fed meeting announcement, and I like to get a hedge going into the meeting announcement, especially the September one, when we get some sort of bounce, because we tend to roll over or at least have some kind of sell-off coming off of the pretty much any time Jerome Powell speaks. The market has been selling off for the last 5 or 6 months or so. So with the recent rally here and being just over a week away, I put a small put position on today at the close. And that was a September. I used the 26th of September as the expiration. Basically, I want to be an expiration beyond the Fed meeting announcement and expecting some bigger volatility maybe on Thursday. So the 23rd, it's a little close, but you could do that. 26 buys you a little bit more time. One thing I noticed today is that even though the market was up, the VIX was up as well. And if we go to that VIX chart, we can see the little rally here, or the rise in the VIX versus the last 3 days of down move corresponding with up move in the S&P. So here are those last 3 days up, up, up in the S&P, and the VIX went down, down, down. So a little bit of a disconnect there between the VIX going up, or the VIX going up when the market went up as well. So that made the puts a little bit more expensive, but they were still pretty cheap. That's September 26th. Even if you go down, like if you want to, because we have a couple weeks, if you wanted to go down to like a 405, even if you want to draw the opposing and go something like a 400, they'll be a lot cheaper. I like to try to get them, closer to at the money, so you get if you get an initial reaction off of the 50%, your puts are moving right away. But tomorrow morning, Tuesday, we have the CPI coming out in the morning, and I'm bracing myself for the market to move up yet again. And it wouldn't shock me if we come up to this 421, even though it would mean breaking the halfway back short here. We're already bouncing off the halfway back long, and so coming back up to the short wouldn't be a huge surprise. So that's why I only put a small position on today at the close. If we hold, maybe on Wednesday, put some more on. If we close like bullish at the 61.8, but basically, market is in sort of potential rollover territory because we have the 50% that we're at, but also this larger 50% still in play. And when we come into this fall, the September Fed meeting announcement, coming out of that tends to set the tone of the fall trend. So I don't want to get caught off guard and have the market, roll over and all of a sudden be, trading down here at lows and not have any kind of put hedge on. So it's very cheap insurance, and if the market does roll over, then we'll be able to cash in and buy the long-term position, add to that long-term position at a lower price. So that's the ES and the VIX. With the intraday today, the 15-minute chart had a really nice breakout, 15-minute breakout. Get rid of some of these drawings here. And that was just right off the first 15-minute bar. We gapped up, and we moved above that first 15 minutes. You can see here, we moved above the first 15-minute bar. It was like a minute after the candle closed, and then just took very little heat and then we were off and running, and that got 20 points. So nice to always nice to start off the week on a high note like that. Pretty quick and easy trade as far as it went straight to the 20 points without much pullback. So, and in that time, if we go to the 5-minute chart, the whole reason for this trade in the first place, there was not a 50% retracement on the 5-minute in that run up. Like if I draw from lows in the run up to 20 points, we didn't get a pullback to the 50%. That halfway back of the day didn't occur until a little bit later in the morning. I mean, it was basically the whole morning session was the move up and the pullback to the 50% of the day, the low to high of the day. So when you get that kind of a scenario where you're not having many retracements, you kind of say, well, how could I get in early and catch most of the move without just having to stay on the sidelines? And that was the whole premise behind the 15-minute breakout trade, and a really good result today. So with that being said, Bitcoin and ETH probably going to have some more upside here this week. We've got a proof of work, proof of stake going on with ETH. And so that changeover is happening this week, should be happening this week if everything goes according to plan. And Bitcoin as well. When you have those kind of forks or mergers or different things happening with these cryptocurrencies, they end up coming back into the spotlight. So I did buy some more Bitcoin when it was under 20,000, just like we've been talking about in the live trading sessions. So I bought a little bit more down under 20,000 just because I felt like it was cheap and it was kind of at the double bottom territory, and it wasn't in the media. A lot of people weren't talking about it. You kind of getting that, oh, crypto's dead kind of thing. That's when you want to be doing your buying, when people are not paying attention. And then when things start to rip and go your way, everyone starts to jump in, chase it. In the meantime, you're already in, and you're just going along for the ride. And you will be the one then selling, presumably for a pretty big gain when it's hitting the media and there's a whole bunch of, we call it layperson hype, where, the taxi cab driver or everyone's grandmother's already is then talking about that particular thing, whether, in this case, Bitcoin or whatnot. When that happens, then, you're selling and everyone else is buying at the top. It is typically how that ends up happening. So that's what I got for you today. Just keep it short and sweet. If you want to tune into the live trading session, it's always on Tuesday morning, most of the time, Tuesday morning, EminiMind.com/VIP. Hope you have a great week, and we'll talk to some of you tomorrow morning, and we'll have another trade recap video later this week. So thanks, and talk soon.